Hello everyone, welcome to ACE Online and welcome to daily current affairs session of first day in the March. Okay, so today we will discuss the articles that were there in news of today as well as yesterday. The news of yesterday are covered today, right? Newspapers publish yesterday's news today. So what are all the important articles? So we have a little bit more, but more in factual nature. Except few schemes or few articles, there are a lot of facts. You need to put a lot of efforts to remember. You can make a notes or you can get a PDF as well. We are attaching it to the video now, right? So there are a lot of articles today. First one, the launch of PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana. So a new scheme, it was already proposed in the budget, the day when Ayodhya was consecrated. So the same day the scheme was launched, but officially today it was given with proper aspects. Second one, International Big Cat Alliance. So here we will see what is Big Cats and what is this alliance. What is the goal of this alliance launched by India? Okay, so it is going to have a headquarters in India itself. World Rare Disease Day. So yesterday, that is the last day in the February 29th, was celebrated as a World Rare Disease Day. So we will see what actually is rare disease and then we will see a little bit more about the challenges associated with it. Next one, PM-Kisan scheme. Recently, yesterday itself, the Press Information Bureau has given the statistics related to the coverage of PM-Kisan scheme. We will see the present status and also we will go with the background, what actually is PM-Kisan scheme. And then the leopard population estimation, very, very important article, especially when the articles related to environment are there, you need to know them in detail, right? So we will see what are all the estimations that has been released by the Ministry of Environment related to the leopards. Also, the new alliance which was already launched few months before by India has got the official status of implementation. Global Alliance for Global Good, Gender Equity and Equality. It is an international alliance, the two launched by India. So it becomes very important. And briefly we will see what is Agalega Island. Prime Minister of India and then Prime Minister of Mauritius together have launched certain schemes in this island. So where it is located and what is the importance we will see. This is a very, very important article, 8th one, Semiconductor Manufacturing in India. Okay, so the three new manufacturing semiconductor manufacturing units are being launched and we will see from very basic level. So that's what we are doing it daily. We are covering from very basic level. What are semiconductors? What is the issue? Why India has launched it? So we are understanding the issue, not only about the current facts. Okay, we will see that in detail. And then developmental projects that are being launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi tomorrow and today and tomorrow. So this is very factual in nature. I will just show you in which state what are all the being launched. So those facts you need to remember. Then blue talks related to the oceans. First blue talks were conducted yesterday. So we will see it briefly. Finally, National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development in already existing bank in 2021. So that was being reviewed by Ministry of Finance. So we will see the details about it as well. And then there are 2-3 facts, factual pointers, of course. Those becomes important in a factual manner. And then finally, we will see the practice questions. Yes, Anil, we are sharing the PDF daily, right? So previous videos you can see yesterday's and day before yesterday. Today's video also it is already attached. You just click on the explanation link of the video and then there is a more option. So I can see here the PDF. So you can directly click on it and we are daily sharing the PDFs since day before yesterday. Okay. We are also trying to add the PDFs of the previous sessions. Since last 1 month we are conducting the sessions and we are also going to add those things. Okay. Right. Now let's go to the first article, that is PM Surya Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana. So a new scheme was launched by the cabinet yesterday. Let me tell you a brief background, then we will go into the scheme details. Okay, India is trying to move towards the solar energy, the renewable energy. Not only India but all the countries, isn't it? Because the coal-based energy release lot of emissions which are harmful to the environment. In that way, in that background, we are launching lot of renewable energy schemes and this was the scheme which is related to the solar energy. But it does not stop there. We need to have a little more background that already government has mandated the solar panels for the commercial buildings like hotels, restaurants and other educational institutions. Government has mandated, but this solar energy was not actually sufficient to move towards the Indian goals. Now Indian government is trying to mandate, or you can say it promoting the solar rooftop solar energy in the normal houses, that is our own households. That is with the aim the government has launched this for the normal households to convert towards the solar energy. That is the objective. So there are two objectives, specific objectives kept by the under the scheme. Those are, the scheme aims to encourage 1 crore households. Households means usually one household on an average we have 5 members, right? So total our population is 140 crore, and households are, it is like a household means who are staying together. So approximately 1 crore households will get a rooftop solar energy, right? So currently you can see your home is made of normal electricity which is connected by the street systems, right? But now the rooftop, the houses are going to have a rooftops, they are going to encourage it. But it is not a mandatory, of course it will become a political issue. It is an encouragement, right? It is a promoting them indirectly. But there are benefits. People will not immediately shift if your government is saying that please shift to rooftop solar energy, nobody will meet, right? Or nobody will shift. That's why government will give some certain subsidies, certain incentives so that people will shift towards that rooftop solar energy. We will see that. This is the first objective, that is 1 crore households will get a rooftop solar energy, that is the aim. It also involves installing solar power systems, rooftops for residential consumers. 1 crore is the number for the target, and then objective is to give them more residential units with the solar energy. Those are the two objectives. Now we need to know the facts as well. What are all the benefits the people who are shifting to the solar energy are getting, and what type of budget, how much is given. So those facts are also important for us. First thing is the total project cost which government has given for this scheme is 75,021 crores. This is the very important number to be remembered. And whoever is going to install the rooftop in place of the normal electricity, they are going to get the 300 free electricity units every month, right? So if someone is using rooftop, they are converting to the rooftop, they are going to get every month up to 300 units will be free of cost. Government will bear the burden. I mean, from this fund it will be given and borne by the government itself, right? So this is one incentive that people who are shifting to the electricity will get. Then government will also create a model solar village. That means all the households in the village will be given with solar rooftop energy. So it will be converted into completely a solar village. So what it means, what is the outcome of that? Because it will encourage to the other people, other villages to shift towards the solar energy. That's why it will be act as a model village which will transfer this particular technology towards the surrounding villages voluntarily. Naturally it happens, okay? So this is the objective. Now what is the central finance? I mean, we have seen that up to 300 units are free for those who are converting to solar energy. Also there are certain components to be remembered for the exam. First one is central financial assistance will be given of 60% system cost. Once you are shifting from normal electricity to solar energy, you need to get an equipment, isn't it? We need solar panel, we need all those cells, everything we need. For that, government itself is giving not only free electricity, but government is also giving you 60% of subsidy for your systems that you are going to buy for shifting towards the solar energy. But that is up to 2 kilowatt systems, okay? But if you are increasing the system, the total system that is producing is more than 2, that is up to 3 kilowatts. Then additional 40% will be given. Up to 2 kilowatts, they are giving 60% of total equipment cost. Beyond that, if you are taking it much bigger way, 2 to 3 kilowatt systems, then an additional 40% subsidy will also be given to you. Okay, so this is indirectly encouragement, right? They are getting free electricity units. They are also getting subsidy to buy the equipment. So in the end, what they are not able to pay, I mean, they don't need to pay any electricity charge, right? So this is one important component, encouragement from the government. Also, whatever the subsidy, first initially we need to buy. What, for example, it is 1 lakh rupee. The total system cost is 1 lakh. We need to pay 1 lakh and we will get the equipment. After that, we need to claim this in national portal. There will be a separate portal that I have bought this equipment. I have connected it as you said. So we need to get 60,000 back, right? So those subsidies they will get after claiming from national portal, right? Also, households will be able to access collateral-free loan. Okay, you said that you are giving 60% subsidy, but from where we need to get this 1 lakh? I don't have money 1 lakh. So where I need to get this? That is also being encouraged. They can get a loan. They can say that we are buying the solar equipment. They can go to the local banks, and this is the government has said that we need to get a free collateral loan. That means there is no proof. You don't need to keep any proof to buy that. Usually if you are taking loan, you need to keep certain proofs, but that is no need to keep, right? You don't need to keep any proof. You can directly get the free loan, and also you are getting 60% of this back, right? So these are all very positive things provided by the government to shift towards the solar energy. They are nudging indirectly, that is forcing indirectly to people shift towards the solar energy. Those are all the important components provided under the scheme, right? Any doubts in this? Yeah, very good evening, Malini. Welcome to the session. So we have discussed what is the scheme, the context government has launched, and what is the objectives of the scheme, and then there are some components which government is encouraging. Finally, there are a lot of sub-components. What are all the benefits the customers will get from the government when they are shifting towards the solar energy? So very, very important article. Now the questions that you are writing, any exam you are writing, whether you are writing UPSC, civil services or engineering services or any state PSC, they are not giving just what is the scheme and all. They are giving 3-4 statements and making you to eliminate from the competition. So you need to remember each and every micro components in a scheme that they may ask in the exam, right? So try to understand this. We have discussed very comprehensively, and they will ask you in statement based questions. Next one, very short article, International Big Cat Alliance. Okay, so recently Union Cabinet, yesterday there was a cabinet meeting, that's why we have more articles today. Cabinet has approved that launch of International Big Cat Alliance. This was way back promoted by our Prime Minister in 2019. Since 2019, they were trying to launch this alliance, but officially now it was launched, and headquarters will be in India. In which city? Yet to be decided. There is no decision yet on which city. But yes, headquarters will be India. Okay, India is going to launch this. It has launched officially yesterday. And the total budget was allocated 150 crore to launch this headquarters, all this alliance, encouraging the country. So for all this project, a one time 150 crore was provided between the years 2024 to 28. In the 4 years, they are going to spend 150 crores on this alliance in creating headquarters and whatever the costs involved in launching this project officially, right? Before knowing what is this alliance, what is the objective and all, we need to know what are big cats, how many are there. That's how the questions will be framed by the examiners, okay? There are total 7 living big cats. Big cat means those animals which are from cat family, okay? There are total 7 living beings or 7 animals which are under big cats category. Those are tiger, lion, jaguar, leopard, snow leopard, cheetah and cougar. So total 7 big cats are there on earth, okay, on the whole world. But in India, we have only 5. Those are excluding cougar and jaguar. So you can see here tiger, lion, leopard, snow leopard, cheetah are found in India. They will ask this in the statement based, that all the 7 cats are found in India, something like that they may frame in the statement. So you need to know the facts as well related to the article. So total 7 big cats are there around the world, and we have only 5 in Indian subcontinent, right? Now let's understand what actually is International Big Cat Alliance. We all know animals keep reducing on the earth because of natural resources exploitation, industrialization, and then moving into the forest, deforestation. So because of all these things, earth or the world is facing a lot of what you call damage to the animal habitat. So to promote the habitat of these big cats, the governments across the world, not only in India, India has launched and have asked all the countries. So approximately 96 countries who are having the cats, the big cats, as well as those who want to support that, even if they don't have that. So together 96 countries has accepted to launch this alliance. So they are going to protect the habitat of the big 7 cats across the world, right? So that is the objective, the main purpose, and also the information sharing between the countries. For example, India was successful in increasing the tiger population since few years. So India will share the information, what was success, what was some challenges. So accordingly, the other countries will also follow those things and they can enhance the animal habitat, right? So those are the objectives. From the factual manner, you just remember this 96. So that will be sufficient. This is the generic objectives, right? This is about the International Big Cat Alliance. We have seen the context, right? The amount and the headquarters will be in India, and then what are the big cats, what are available in India, and finally the objective of International Big Cat Alliance. Any doubts in this? Okay, thank you. Fine. So that is the second one, and then let's move to the third article, and very important article, of course. Yesterday we celebrated World Rare Disease Day. Okay, I will discuss what is rare disease and all, don't worry. So here, yesterday we have celebrated every year the last day of February. Usually we have general years, the leap year is only once in 4 years. So that's why we have celebrated on February 29. Usually it is celebrated in normal years on February 28. You just remember that it is the last day of the February, whatever it may be. And the theme of this year rare disease is share your colors. Very, very important. Simple theme, so the examiners will have a look in it. If it is a bigger theme, they won't interest to frame that. But if it is a shorter theme, then they will ask you. Okay. So share your colors is the theme of yesterday's Rare Disease Day. Now, what actually are rare disease? They are not rare. Rare in the sense they are not occurring in a rare situation, but they are affecting the less number of population. Here, rare means they are affecting the less number of population, but the occurrence is not rare. Occurrence is there throughout the world, but it is affecting the lesser number of population. Those diseases which are subjectively affecting less number of population are considered as a rare disease. Approximately, they are being affected by 2 lakh population. Okay, 2 lakh population, it is being affected. And most of these diseases, these rare diseases, are genetic in nature. We have seen what is genetic. Yesterday we have discussed that within cell we have nucleus, within nucleus we have chromosome, within chromosome we have DNA. So if there is any change in chromosomes or DNA, there will be some disease. Like hemophilia, we have explained yesterday about hemophilia. Such type of disease exist. Approximately 700 diseases are there, right? Yes, 7,000 known rare diseases are there approximately, and these are being affected, right? So for this, to recognize, we are celebrating the last day as World Rare Disease Day. And what is the issue with this? Why we are discussing this article and what is the significance? Because see, whenever there is a disease, the higher level, take example of heart attacks, diabetes, these are a major disease and most of the populations are affected these days, right? For that, medicines are there because private players will come into the picture and they are ready to manufacture because they are getting the profits. Here, even within health, there is a commercial element. But for rare disease, this is being affected with the very less population. They won't get profits even if they are producing a large amount of medicines and research and development. These are all very less because they are not getting profits. That's why governments across the world now trying to recognize the importance of doing research and then producing medicines with regard to rare disease. That's why we are discussing this article, right? So there are total 7,000 known rare disease, okay? Total ranges were around 2 lakh population being affected, and the total patients around the world were around 300 million. These numbers are not that important. Just understand what is rare disease, what is the definition, and then why it is important to recognize it. And what are the challenges? As I said, very less research and development was developed in these diseases, right? The research was very less, so lack of treatment. There is no proper treatment because we don't have knowledge, expertise on it, right? And then higher cost involved. For such type of disease, the medicines are very costlier, right? The treatment is very costlier, so we need to handle it. And then they are impacting children especially because the resistance of the human body in the children are very less compared to the adults. So that's why they are affecting the children. And then lack of private participation. Private participation is almost nil because it is taken care by the government itself, because private players want profits and they are not getting from it. We need to address these challenges to tackle the rare disease. This is also called as orphan disease. Orphan disease, right? So what we have seen here, we have seen the yesterday's, that is the theme of yesterday's World Rare Disease Day, and we have seen what is rare disease, the definition is important, and some data which are really important, and then some challenges associated with it, right? Also, one more thing, yes, India has come up with national policy on rare disease. When it was launched? 2021, very important. So already India has recognized the importance of rare disease and it has launched the national policy on rare disease, okay, in 2021. And what is the aim? As I said, there is very less research and development. So the aim is to promote research and development related to the rare disease and provide medication, treatment and all in the coming years, okay. Also, promotion of local development and manufacturing of drugs to treat those. They can be easily treated, but we don't have research, we don't have medicine. Nobody has tried to find out some medication. So that's what government is aiming to promote. Also, government has divided the whole rare diseases into 3 groups. This number is also important. They may ask, consider the following statements about national policy of rare disease, and it was categorized into 5, 6, something like that, they will change. But there are total 3 groups government has categorized. First one is those disorders, those rare diseases which are one-time curative treatment. So just once they can be cured, right? So such diseases are there, rare diseases, those can be cured in one time. Those are kept under group 1, and in group 2 they kept as those diseases, those rare diseases which has longer period. I mean, they have to be cured, they have to be treated in a longer manner for many years, but there has been a medicine documented that these diseases can be treated through this manner. There is a proper resources, the literature, the annual or more frequent surveillance was already happening, but they are longer in nature to cure. Those are kept under group 2. And the third group is, yes, they are longer manner, but there is a challenge. They don't know proper resources to cure the disease, and there is a very big challenges involved in treating those diseases. Those are kept under group 3, okay. Also, under this policy, national policy on rare disease, one more thing was launched. This will be asked in the exam. Nidan Kendras. Nidan Kendras were launched, where there is a government screening or testing, genetic testing and screening, counseling services. These are Nidan Kendras. They will directly ask this name, what is this and all, right? So they are screening the genetics and identify the rare diseases among the people. So these are all the policy measures taken by Government of India under National Policy for Rare Disease. These are the important things. Any doubts in this? Okay. So as you don't have doubts, I am moving to the next article, and very important article, already asked in many of the exams, but anyway, we have a recent data given by Press Information Bureau through the cabinet meeting. Yesterday there was a cabinet meeting, so we got a new information, right? So PM-Kisan scheme till now has covered 11 crore farmers, 11 crore farmer families, total 11 crore farmer families were benefited till now from PM-Kisan. This will be also, this also has to be remembered. Also, the total amount spent on PM-Kisan scheme was 3 lakh crores. This is number of farmers family benefited, and this is the total amount till date, till yesterday. It was spent 3 lakh crore. Okay. Now we need to know about the PM-Kisan. We are not just leaving like this. We need to know PM-Kisan, right? So that's how the questions are framed. Now let's understand the scheme, how it works. First thing is fact. It is a central sector scheme. I have told you many times. Whenever there is a central sector scheme, it is 100% funded by the central government. And if it is a centrally sponsored scheme, then 60% by the center and 40% by the states. And if it is northeast states, then 90% by the center and 10% by the northeast state, those states, right? So it is a central sector completely given by the center itself. The main aim is See, whenever the farmers are taking care or they are going to have a monsoon season to launch the new like Kharif or Rabi, they need certain very basic money, right? For seeds, for fertilizers, right? So those money usually are also burden for the farmers, especially the poor farmers who is having less amount of land, right? So to help those farmers, government has come up with PM-Kisan that they are going to give 6,000 rupees every year. They are going to give 6,000 rupees so that farmers can use those money for inputs like buying seeds, using pesticides, fertilizers, for those things are given. But these 6,000 rupees are not given at a go. They are given in 3 installments. This will also be important. 2,000, 2,000 and 2,000. So for every 4 months they are giving 2,000, right? So these are given in a stages rather than at a go. Also, the scheme is only for those who is having land. This is one of the criticism. Most of the farmers in India are not holding any land. They are working as a tenants. They will lease the land and then they will cultivate the crops, right? But the money is not going to those tenants who are cultivating, but the landowners. The money will directly go to the landowners who are not doing any cultivation. These are just leased to certain farmers. This is one of the biggest criticism and you need to remember for our exam, right? And it was launched in 2019 February. This is a fact. So this already I explained 6,000 and in 3 installments. And these are directly transferred to the eligible beneficiary. Whoever is having the land, so directly they have to register and the money will directly go into those landowners, right? And the tenant farmers, they won't get any money, right? Yeah. And the duty to identify the beneficiaries to register them is with the state governments and union territory administration, right? It is not central government. Central government will only pay money, but to identify the farmers who need to be benefited and all has to be taken by the state government. Any doubt in this? Okay, let's move ahead with the next article. The next article is the leopard population, very, very important from environment section. So how many leopards are there, which state is having highest, the top states, where it has increased, where it has decreased, all these things will come for the exams, okay? So this is the 5th report released by Ministry of Environment. Already 4 times the report was released. Status of leopards in India. This is a 5th report. Yesterday only it was released. Now, before knowing the details about the data given by the ministry, we need to know who has conducted this survey. That will also be asked in the exam. This was conducted by National Tiger Conservation Authority along with Wildlife Institute of India in collaboration with the different state forest departments. So total 3 bodies are involved: National Tiger Conservation Authority, Wildlife Institute and then state forest departments. They have done this for every 4 years, monitoring of tiger co-predators, prey and their habitat. This is the title of the report. This is the title of the report. Okay. Now let's know the details of the report given by the ministry. These numbers are very, very important. I'm telling again and again. You have to remember. Okay. So the total India's leopard populations were approximately 13,874, and government will also give a range. This is an estimated number, but nobody can exactly know how many leopards are there because we cannot go directly into the forest and count. We will just keep the camera traps and then they will capture accordingly, it will be counted, right? So this is the number estimated and approximately the range will be 12,616 to 15,132. Okay, this was a jump from 2018. In 2018, this was around 12,852 and range from 12,107 to 13,535, right? So now we have increased approximately 1,000. Okay, 1,000 leopards has been increased. This is important fact. And the next fact to be remember is the total area in India, approximately out of 100% area, the study has conducted for 70% of geographical area where the leopards are located, right? Not all the area is covered because government said that wherever there is no tiger, there is no leopard. It was estimated that leopards are usually with the same habitat as that of the tiger. So that's why they did not survey everything, but they surveyed only 70% of area because certain areas like Himalayas and semi-arid Semi-arid means where there is a very less amount of greenery. Those areas are not found by the tigers. That's why leopards are also will not be available. That's what the government has said. And some observations are important. Central India, that is in the Madhya Pradesh range, Karnataka, the Deccan Plateau range, Peninsular India range, there was an increase in number. Very important to remember. The Central India has shown the increase in number 8820 from 8071 in 2018. So there was an increase in Central India, and Shivaliks, the lower Himalayas, and Ganga plains, the Gangetic, North Indian plate, there was a decline. This is important. In both Shivaliks and Gangetic plain, there was a decrease, and in Central India, there was a increase of leopard numbers, right? So that is thing. And one more very important fact is, Madhya Pradesh is having the highest number of leopard populations. The top 3 states has to be remembered. First one is Madhya Pradesh, who alone has 3,421, followed by Maharashtra, they have 1985, and then Karnataka 1879. Top 3 states has to be remembered: Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Karnataka, right? Tiger reserve the largest tiger reserves where the leopards are seen is Nagarjuna Sagar, Srisailam Tiger Reserve. So this is not state, but within state we have a number of tiger reserves, and this is the largest tiger reserve which holds the highest number of leopards. This is located in Andhra Pradesh Telangana border. Then after that, leopards are more in Panna Tiger Reserve after Nagarjuna Sagar, Srisailam, and then third one is Satpura Tiger Reserve. These 3 are also need to be remembered for the exam, right? So Shivalik has seen the decline of 3.4%. Whereas Western Ghats, Northeast and Brahmaputra region has seen an increase in 1.5, 1 and 1.3. No need to worry, just remember which areas has increased and which areas has declined, right? So that is about the data given by the ministry. Now we need to know about the leopard also. That will also be asked in the exam, right? So it has a conservation status of vulnerable in IUCN list, International Union for Conservation of Nature. We have already discussed many least concerned, threatened, near threatened. So there are certain phases. Here it is listed as vulnerable, and under CITES convention it is kept under appendix 1, which is very strict, right? Nobody should transfer these parts of leopard. And then under Wildlife Protection Act in India, it is kept under schedule 1. Okay, they are nocturnal animals. So these are nocturnal in the sense that they usually roam in the nights. Okay, diurnal means in the morning, but these are all mostly found in night times, nocturnal. Also they are found across all the forest. There is no specific restriction that they are found only here. They are found across different types of forest. Also, International Leopard Day is being celebrated on May 3rd. This can also be remembered for the exam. Okay, so these are all the facts related to the leopards. We have seen the data all given by the ministry. So we have collected from Press Information Bureau itself. So you can completely trust on this data. The questions will not go beyond this. Okay, so this is about the data related to the leopards. Any doubts in this? Okay, thank you. Next article, and very simple article, it won't take much time for this. Global Alliance for Global Good, Gender Equity and Equality. So this is the initiative, Global Alliance for Global Good. So it was, the logo and the website for this international initiative was launched by Ministry of Women and Child Development, Honorable Smriti Irani. So she has launched the website. That's why we have taken this article. Now we will see what actually is Alliance for Global Good. This is a new alliance to promote gender equity and equality. We all know, not only in certain states or not only even in Indian society, even in other parts of the world, we have a very discriminatory practices towards the woman, right? So women should do only homework or the household work, and then men should work. So this type of stereotypic conditions are existing in society. Even after this many advancement, we are still facing it. So to address this issue, many governments are taking, the Beijing Declaration, we have a number of such initiatives to tackle it, but still the issue persists. To tackle that, government has come up with Global Alliance for Global Good, right? To tackle the gender equal or inequality among the society, right? So this was launched on the sidelines of World Economic Forum this few months before, I mean few days before itself, we had a World Economic Forum Summit in Davos, Switzerland. So on the sidelines of this, Indian government has launched Global Alliance for Global Good. This alliance will bring all countries together, knowledge sharing, how to enhance equality between men and women, how to empower women to participate more in the employment, right, in the economy. So those things will be shared, and there will be promoting an gender equality, right. So that is the article, and this is promoted by Bill Gates and Melinda Foundation. Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation is being supported along with World Economic Forum. Okay, in India it will be taken care by Confederation of Indian Industry. This is also important. Confederation of Indian Industry will handle this in India, right. So any doubts in this? We have seen the context and then facts, when it was launched and what is the aim and who is handling it, right. Yeah. Next short article again, the Agalega Island. Agalega Island, very short one, it will hardly take 1 minute. Let's see the context. Our Honorable Prime Minister along with the Mauritius Prime Minister, Agalega Island is in Mauritius. I will show you the map, don't worry. It is there in Mauritius. So they have launched a new airstrip and then James Jetty, the ship jetty, to handle the cargoes, right. So that's why we have taken this article. Now what is Agalega Island? Let's understand, let's know the geography, then we will know the facts, okay. So see here, observe, here is Mauritius and here is Agalega Island. So just above the Mauritius, here you can observe, here there is Mauritius and here Agalega Island. So it is located in the Indian Ocean. This is all the Indian Ocean. You need to know the other countries as well. See here, as the context come, this is Maldives, this is Chagos Archipelago, and then this is Agalega Island, this is Mauritius, and then this is Reunion. We have also Seychelles here. Okay, you can see here Maldives, Chagos Archipelago, and then Seychelles country, Mauritius and Reunion. This will be asked in the exam. Arrange those countries from north to south or south to north in the Indian Ocean, something like that they may ask. So Maldives, Seychelles Island, Mauritius, and then Reunion. So this is the location, and Agalega Islands are located in the Mauritius, north of Mauritius, approximately 1100 kilometers above the Mauritius. Okay, and why it is there in news, as we have seen the context. Also one important thing is only 300 people are residing in that island, and these 300 people are forced to migrate from Diego Garcia. There is an island here, Diego Garcia. In 1970s, British, that is UK, United Kingdom and America has launched, or they decided to put a naval base here, secure base. So that's why these people were forced to migrate from there to the Agalega Island. That's why there was no development. Now India is helping Mauritius to develop the islands, right. So this is the fact. Mainly geography is important, and what government of India is doing is important. Okay, that is it all. Any doubts in this? We have a very good article, that is semiconductor industry, the next article. Okay, yeah. So moving to the next article, Semiconductor Manufacturing in India. Very, very important article. There are 3 new manufacturing units developed or launched by Government of India. That's why I have taken this article, but you need to know what actually is semiconductor, why Government India is emphasizing on it too much since few years. We will see all these things in a very detailed manner, right? So Union Cabinet has approved establishment of 3 semiconductor units. I will tell you where they were launched also, no need to worry. Just that India has launched 3 manufacturing units of semiconductors. Okay. Now, before going into what Government of India launched, where they were launched, need to understand what actually are semiconductors. You can see here in the diagram, it is a chip, right? So they are highly used in the electronic chips. Semiconductors are materials, like we have different minerals, isn't it, in a Mendeleev table. So they are made by materials which have conductivity, that means they can transfer electrons, the electricity can pass through it, and the range, the capacity is between conductors and insulators. So conductors are those elements which transfer electricity very freely, like copper, you can say, and then insulators which don't allow to transfer electricity. So this range of semiconductors are in between, so that's why they becomes the important, right? Sometimes we don't need to have too much of passage, sometimes we don't know completely, we need halt. So in between that also there may be some ranges, and these semiconductors will play a role in between these ranges, right? So these semiconductors are made of silicon, germanium, mainly gallium. So these are all minerals can be used, cadmium. So these are used to manufacturing the semiconductors, right? So this controls and manage the flow of electric current, right? And why they are important? In almost all electronic goods, like you can take electric vehicles, you can take mobiles, you can take computers. So all these things necessary to use the semiconductors. That's why now it becomes very important as we move towards the digital economy. All these things are very, very important. And let's know the issue now. Yes, we understood the semiconductors. They are the chips used in electronics, which are made from different materials like silicon, germanium, and gallium. Now, what is the issue India is facing with regard to the semiconductors? That is very, very important to be understood. India does not produce any semiconductors. Complete 100% of semiconductors that we are using are being imported from countries like South Korea, China, USA, and many more countries. So India does not have any semiconductors development within Indian borders, right? So also in that background, understand the requirement of India is around USD 100 billion. The total we need USD 100 billion value of semiconductors, and we are importing it completely from other sources. So what is the issue here? India is not a self-dependent country. India is a dependent on other countries. So this is very, very important to be understood in the given context. Also, there is a complete absence of local manufacturing. Especially during COVID times, we don't have any manufacturing units of semiconductor. We depended on China and South Korea, and they have stopped because of COVID. There was no manufacturing, or there was no development of these things, right? Because of contagions of the virus. So India got very stuck there in that COVID years. There was lack of availability of semiconductor chips, right? So we have seen already a critical condition India has faced during the COVID. That's why now we want to develop our own manufacturing of semiconductors. Also, current geopolitical scenario, you all know India, China is not having good relations. Similarly, South Korea, those are also facing issues with the North Korea, and then Russia attack on Ukraine, Middle East crisis of Israel-Palestine. So after all these things, there may be some critical issues. We should not depend on them. They may use this as a malicious things, right? So that's why, because of all these issues, India should develop their own semiconductor manufacturing units, right? So based on that, now India has, or Indian government has come up with 3 manufacturing units. One is at Dholera, Gujarat, first unit. It is going to be developed by Tata Electronics Private Limited. So you all know the Tatas, right? So they are going to construct this with the value of 91,000 crores. The total cost will be 91,000 crores, and it will be supported by Power Chip Semiconductor Manufacturing Corp of Taiwan. As we don't have expertise, we need to take assistance from other countries. So Taiwan is having this knowledge, so they are taking help of Taiwan. The total production will be 50,000 wafer starts. Wafer start means a plate like things, the semiconductor which we are developing. So per month they are going to generate 50,000 wafer starts in this project, okay? And the second unit will be in Morigaon, Assam. These facts are all important, okay? So I hope you are following it. These facts are all important, where it was launched and all, who is going to develop, what is the cost, all these things are important. So second one will be in Morigaon, Assam. The total cost will be 27,000 crore in Assam, okay? And here we are going to generate 40 million per day of chips, right? It is not wafers, rather they are going to develop chips per day. And then Tata Semiconductor, whatever the Tatas are also going to develop here, the same organization, okay? Next is Sanand in Gujarat. This is going to be developed by CG Power, not Tata, okay? And they are taking help from Japanese companies. Okay, so the total cost will be 7,600 crore. So these are all the 3 units that government has come up with to develop the semiconductor manufacturing units. Any doubts in this? Okay, we'll move to the next article, and this is very factual in nature. I will directly tell you what to be done. Okay, so those facts has to be remembered. Today and tomorrow, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji is going to launch certain projects, and where they are located, that is important. First one, Sindri fertilizer plant. This is located in Jharkhand. So here only it is, yeah. So it is being launched in Jharkhand with the total cost of 8,900 crore. These are all facts. So where is Sindri fertilizer plant is located? Something like that they may ask, or matching they may ask the pairs. Karnpura super thermal power project. This is also going to be launched with the unit 1. So this is located in again Chatra in Jharkhand. So this too has to be remembered that they are located in the Jharkhand. Sindri fertilizer plant and Karnpura super thermal power project. These are located in the Jharkhand. Now in West Bengal also they are going to launch, the Prime Minister is going to launch Haldia Baroni crude oil pipeline. This is traversed across Bihar, Jharkhand and West Bengal. So these 3 states has to be remembered. That's all. You don't need to remember anything. The total length, yes, 518 kilometers. Haldia Baroni crude oil pipeline. Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal. That need to be remembered. Next, Raghunathpur thermal power station. It is located in Purulia district, West Bengal. So this will come in matching. So they will give 3 sites and then states they will ask. Right? Raghunathpur thermal power station located in Purulia district, West Bengal. Next, flue gas desulfuration system will be launched in Mejia thermal power station. This need to be remembered. Mejia thermal power station again in West Bengal. Right? So side heading itself this. So we have remembered these 2 in Jharkhand. Now you need to remember these things. Raghunathpur thermal power station, and then this pipeline, and finally the Mejia thermal power station. They are going to launch flue gas desulfuration. That means whatever the sulfur being released from this thermal power plant, it will be captured, because this is toxic, which causes acid rains also, you know. Sulfur will be captured and then it will be shift or converted into gypsum, which can be used in a cement industry. So whatever the wastage, that is sulfur, is going to be removed, will be captured by this fuel gas desulfuration, convert into gypsum, and it will be used in the cement industry, right? So this is going to be launched by the Prime Minister. This all data is very, very important. Next one, Blue Talks, Ministry of Earth Science, not environment, okay? Keep an eye on this. This is released by Blue Talks were conducted by Ministry of Earth Science. The first Blue Talks in the world was conducted by India by Ministry of Earth Science. And what are these Blue Talks? They talks about the ocean health and governance. You all know oceans are facing a lot of challenges in terms of plastic waste, or you can say increase in CO2, ocean acidification, and then ships pollution. So all these things are being faced by the oceans. To handle these things, to estimate, to discuss, the government has conducted the Blue Talks. And these talks, there are 2 co-partner countries, that is France and Costa Rica. They may ask you who are all the partner countries of the first Blue Talks in India. That is France and Costa Rica. And these talks are part of the major event, high-level event on ocean action. This is going to happen in the June 2024 with the name Immersed in Change. This will also be asked in the exam. Immersed in Change slogan recently in news was related to what they may ask. So there is already a big conference which is coming in the next few months. So as part of this conference, India has conducted the Blue Talks with the help of France and Costa Rica. That needs to be remembered. And what is for ocean health? Last article for today, National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development. Why it is there in news? You can see the image. Finance Minister has discussed with the officials of National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development. What is the status, right? Don't worry, we are going to see what is this bank, what is the objectives, what is the fund and all, okay? So this bank was set up in 2021 exclusively to give loans for infrastructure development projects. Usually banks give loans for different institutions, isn't it? They will give for farmers, they will give for MSMEs, they will give for development projects. It is a diversified. But this is a development bank specifically launched for infrastructure development. Okay. So the loans, the government is going to keep separate fund like 1 lakh crores. So yes, total 1 lakh crores rupees were kept in this bank separately, and loans will be given. It is not a free money, okay? It is a loan given with a small interest for the private players, whoever want to create infrastructure. And after creating infrastructure, they will earn profits, of course, and that will be sufficient. They will pay back to the government, right? So it was launched in 2021, specialized development institution for creating infrastructure. And this bank is supervised by Reserve Bank of India, the Central Bank of India, okay? The objective we have known, that to create infrastructure, what is the fund created in this? 1 lakh crore. Who is regulating it? RBI, right? Those are the articles. Rajkumar, yeah, sure. I will explain a little bit slower. I am going faster because the video length is increasing. I mean, it is crossing 1 hour. Many students are saying, keep it a little bit short. That's why I am going a little bit faster, because these are facts. Anyway, I will go a little bit slower, okay? Right. The next, the facts, we have 3 facts to be remembered for our exam. One is Mobile World Congress 2024. World Mobile Congress. It is happening in Barcelona, Spain. It is happening in Barcelona, Spain. And for what? They are discussing the mobile, like the mobiles that we are using, what type of technology to be having, what are the issues being faced by mobile industry. So all these things will be discussed at a single place, that is Spain or Barcelona, and then they will come up with certain what you call initiatives if necessary. Okay. So this is being conducted by International Mobile Network. Okay. GSM Association. Sorry. So this is important. This is the association which related to the SIMs or the mobiles. Okay. So this association is conducting this. Next one. Jammu Kashmir annual festival is going to host from March 1, Tavi festival. So directly they will ask, Tavi festival is celebrated by which state? Which state or union territory? Jammu Kashmir. So they will showcase the vibrant culture and cohesion of Jammu Kashmir. So just festival to be remembered, and for what purpose? That's all. Next one, juice jacking. Reserve Bank of India recently cautioned the mobile users when they are charging in the public stations. So when you link your mobile with the charger in the public spaces, these chargers or the ports are being used by the malicious people to collect your data. So this data will be transferred, and this data can be hijacked by the people, the malicious people, right? So that phenomena is called as juice jacking. So it is a cyber attacks based when your mobiles are kept in the charging. So very simple definition, right? So those are the facts for today. I hope this is clear now. Let's move to the solving questions for today. Okay, right? For the first question related to the PM Surya Ghar Yojana. Yeah, so we have seen today's first article, that is PM Surya Ghar Yojana. First statement, a model solar village will be developed in every district of the country under the scheme, right? So that is the first statement. Second statement, households are allowed to sell additional power to the DISCOMs. DISCOMs means distribution companies, whoever are distributing, right? So households, whatever excess they want only 300 units, for example, but they are producing 400. So the extra 400 units can be sold to DISCOMs. That is the second statement. The main aim of the scheme is to promote use of solar panels in the commercial buildings. So this is the third statement. We have seen this very good explanation has been done. You have to use and then you have to answer it. Let's see. First statement, yes, we have seen a model village will be created in every district so that it will motivate other people surrounding there, right? So first should be there. So B is eliminated. Second one, households are allowed to sell additional power to DISCOMs. Yes, we may not have discussed this, but to to discuss here, I have intentionally not discussed there. You should use the logic here, right? So additional will be allowed to sell to the discoms, whatever the extra, right? So second is correct. Third is wrong because it is not for commercial buildings, but it is for households. Commercial buildings means like the hotels, restaurants and all. So the third statement should be eliminated and second statement is correct. So answer is C. So this is the answer. Okay. Next question. Consider the following statements about rare diseases. Rare disease. So they are asking about the rare disease. It is also known as orphan disease. Affects only a small number of people. That is the first statement. Second statement. Most of the rare diseases are genetic in origin and so disproportionately impact the children. So this is the second statement. Now tell me the answer for this. Yes, they are known as orphan disease, right? I said also known as orphan disease and affects usually small number. So first statement should be there. So that means you can eliminate two statements. Most, yes, they are approximately 70% of diseases are caused by rare disease and disproportionately affect the children. So answer is C. Yes, Malini, you are correct for second question. Answer is C. Third question, with reference to PM-Kisan Yojana, consider the following statements and they are asking select the correct statements. First one, it aims to provide income support to all land holding eligible farmers. So that is the first statement. Yes, very good. Most of you have answered it as very correct. Subrat, Rajkumar, and then Ajit Kumar, Ganesh. So all of you have answered it as correctly. So that's great. Next question. It aims to provide income support to all land holding eligible farmer families. The scheme is being implemented by Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. It is funded completely by the central government. Now I am expecting the answer for this. Okay. So someone, Ganesh has said C for this. I hope this is for third question, right? Anyone else? I am giving you some time. Okay. First statement, yes, it provides income support to all land holding eligible farmers. This is the logic. Eligible farmers, it is saying eligible farmers, not all the farmers, but all eligible farmers. So that's how you need to find out the clue. So first statement is correct. Second statement, it is implemented by Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. No, it is not implemented by Ministry of Fertilizers. It is by Ministry of Agriculture. So second statement should be wrong. And then third statement, yes, this is a central sector scheme, hence funded by central government. So answer is C. Yes, Subrat, Ganesh, Malini, Nishant, Ajit, Lokeshwari, and then Ganesh. All of you have answered it well. Answer is C. So this ministries mostly they will change to confuse you. Okay, keep an eye on that. This is a little bit tricky question. Now I am expecting more answers from you, right? We have seen the map also. Let's see how many people can answer this. Arrange the following islands of Indian Ocean from south to north. So from south side to north side you want to arrange. We have seen Seychelles, Maldives, Reunion and Mauritius. Now take some 10 seconds time. I will see who will all answer this question. Okay. I have shown you the map also. Okay, let's come with the elimination method. Okay, at least 1-2 options can be eliminated. In this, we have seen just nearby India, we have a Maldives. So it is the northernmost among these things. It is the northernmost, and they are asking south to north. That means in the last, the last one should be Maldives because south to north they are asking, right? So 2 should be the last. So these 2 options are eliminated, right? And then next one should be just below that. Reunion should be the last one. We have seen the Reunion was the last one. So 3 should be the first, right? So we got the answer even without knowing the between. So at least extremes, if you know, you can answer it. So 3 is the southernmost one. After that Mauritius, and above Mauritius we have Seychelles, and finally we have Maldives. So answer is A. There many people have confused. Ganesh have answered it as correct. Rest of all have answered it wrong. So let's go to that. If there is a yes, here it is. South to north. So northernmost one is Maldives, and then southernmost one is Reunion. Above Reunion we have Mauritius. Above Mauritius we have Seychelles. So that's how the questions are framed in the exam to make you twist, right? We have still a few more, just a second. We have 2 more questions, I guess. Okay, yeah. So this one is over now. Next question. Global Alliance for Global Good is an initiative to promote what? Okay, A is correct. Raj Kumar have answered. Ganesh have answered. Right? Good. Malini have also answered it. Next question. Global Alliance for Global Good is an initiative to promote what? Space exploration, green technology, semiconductor chip manufacturing, and gender equality. Space exploration, no. We haven't discussed at all that. Green technologies, no. You may confuse because we have discussed semiconductor chips, no. But this was released. The website as well as logo was launched by Smriti Irani. So gender equality is the answer, right? I think Lokeshwari, Swarupa, Ajit, Malini, Subrat, Ganesh, everyone have answered it as correct. So that's great. So that is all for today's session, and we have a very good articles today. Lot of data is there. Try to remember, and we are also giving PDF just below the link. We have attached to it. So you can download and then you can keep it. But remember, we haven't, in the PDF it is just a plain one. But you need to understand the issues from the explanation, and then you can remember the facts. Okay. So that's all for today. Thanks a lot. Keep liking our videos and then keep subscribing. Tell to your friends also who are preparing, so that motivates us to take this forward, right? Thanks a lot. Have a great evening. Bye.